I'm Brianna Hall. I'm the marketing manager at the Small Business Development Center. And I'm just going to go through some questions that people have had for the photo box delivery, a brief overview of what will be expected and things like that. And then I will leave the rest open for questions. I will be recording this obviously as well. So if you want to pass this along to anyone else, I will have that available after too. So first I'm going to go over this one sheet that I sent out. So if you have not received it, please let me know and I can make sure I get that to you. So I'm just going to do these first and then some other questions I received as well. Okay. So first off, why are we doing this in the first place? During our mobile initiative in the fall, when Stacy and I went out, the most popular piece of our mobile initiative tended to be these photo boxes. So basically, when we went out, people did not have the resources in order to take high quality online photos. Definitely some of these really smaller businesses, and they're trying to be online. And so we want to make sure that they have these resources available to them. And by doing that, we decided to get a photo box for every community in Iowa. So when you go out and deliver these boxes, the goal is that I will have already communicated with these people beforehand and let them know what our initiative is. And so when you drop them off, they should already know, but if they don't, you just want to kind of inform them, or if it's someone else that you're meeting with, that we want to make sure that small businesses have these resources for, especially during this time right now when online is tending to be more of a use than it was before, that small businesses know that they have this resource available to them that they can rent out and then use to take photos for their online platform. So it isn't for them to keep, but to instead, however they want to set up that rental process. But that's why we're doing this, so that no small business is left behind in a sense. And all these communities have this as an option for them. So what will you be dropping off? So whenever you go out, you will have a photo box, which we are going to actually have you remove from the box first before you drop it off. That way they know what it looks like. And we actually have a luggage tag with our information on it that you will put onto the box. And then you will also have an envelope, which I've already set up. So the envelope will contain a photo studio and digital marketing guide. In that guide is some tips on digital marketing, but it's also a whole overview of how to set the photo box up and also some tips and tricks for the photo box itself. I've also created a website too as well, where all this information will also be contained. So they can actually go to this website link that I have in the digital marketing guide and watch a training video that'll be up there showing them how to actually use the photo box. The guide will be on there. I'm going to do trainings in the future that'll all be on there as well. So you can kind of let them know if you want to, that there is more information and more resources for them regarding the actual photo box itself. Then there will also be, we partnered up with ISU Extension, obviously, and there'll be a one sheet describing the Iowa Retail Initiative and also a Shop Iowa insert in there. So that will already be taken care of. You'll just have the envelopes ready to go. And for any directors, things like that, feel free to put your information, your business card in the envelope as well. It will not be sealed. So you do have that option too. So those are the two things that you'll be giving them: the photo box with the luggage tag on it and this envelope. And then I kind of already went over what's in the portable photo studio and digital marketing guide. If you want to see what that looks like, feel free to reach out and I can let you even look through it too as well. And I will also pass out that once the website link is finished, I just need to get my video up there. I'll send that out as well, so you guys can just kind of take a look at what they will be seeing if you have any interest, just to give you a little bit more background. Okay, who am I dropping it off to and how will they know I'm coming? So that's been kind of a question that keeps coming up. I have gone through and created an Excel spreadsheet with every community in Iowa. And through that, there'll be contacts contained in that. So depending on where you are going, I'll send you a list of those communities and then the contacts with who I've communicated to, and you'll be dropping them off. Some of you have already have contacts that you specifically want to go to. That's totally fine. This is more for those who are helping us out or don't know exactly where to go. You'll have all that information already. So if you let me know when you're planning on going out, I will make sure that those people have already been communicated with, know you're coming, know what our initiative is about, and then you just know where to drop it off and who your contact is. So that's how that will work. Hopefully within this week, I will have all that information out to you so that you have an idea of where you'll be going, who you're speaking with, all that good stuff, and I'm going to start that communication. So who will these people contact if they have any questions? You feel free to give them my contact information. On that luggage tag, there will also be our general SBDC information as well that they're free to contact. Just either one is totally fine. And on that website link also has my information contained as well. I just figured I'd be the point of contact since I'm most familiar with this initiative. So feel free to send them my email or my cell number. When do we need to have these delivered by? So you actually have quite a bit of time. I'm not looking for the end of the month to get these all out. That's just not feasible. If you want to do it, go for it. But we really would like these done by the end of May, at the latest, the beginning of June. I'm going on maternity leave at the end of June, and so I'd really like this completely finished before that. So that is our timeline. I figured if you're really need to go for it, you can probably hit 10 communities, 6 to 10 communities a day. So that's like one county a day. So it's pretty feasible to get it done in the next 3 months. If you do have any issues with that timeline, please let me know as soon as possible so we can make other arrangements. But that is the ideal timeline for when we would like this delivered by. When you would like your photo boxes and things like that, I will touch on here in a moment because that'll differ for everyone. But these are the main pieces. I do really want to touch on, and I don't know if Lisa's on this call yet, it doesn't look like it. But I did want to quick touch on those smaller communities. That is a question that I have gotten a lot. Some of these people, there's like 20 people in this community, things like that, and you're not exactly sure if they will benefit, or the city clerk works from home, which I have run into quite a bit. If that is the case, so our whole initiative is we want to make sure that every community in Iowa has this photo box as a resource. So we have enough photo boxes for every community. If you need to leave this photo box at another chamber, maybe a chamber has more than one, things like that, it just needs to be an option for this community to have this as a resource. So that is the main goal. Like if an economic developer has maybe a few boxes at their place, but the whole thing needs to be, this community has to be able to know that this is available to them. So that is the overall goal. So if that's what needs to happen, then that's because that is a problem I'm running into with city clerks and things like that, working from home. There's not an actual hub for them to be at, things like that. I did just see a question pop up about community libraries. I've been asked that a couple times before as well. The only issue I have with libraries is making sure they're being rented out to people that will bring them back. So not just anyone. The reason that we're hitting up extension offices, chambers, economic developers, things of that source is because we know that these will be used for small businesses or even at-home businesses, not just someone wanting the box. So if that is the only option, we can talk that kind of on a case-by-case basis. I'm not ruling it out, but we just want to make sure that these photo boxes are going to be used correctly and by the right people. So I'm not going to say no or yes to that. If you want to, we can kind of talk about it as we go on. But I did want to make sure I touched on that today about those issues with those really small communities, because it's going to come up. We're just going to kind of have to do that on a case-by-case basis as we run into that issue. So as I'm collecting contacts, I'll make sure to specify that if a certain place is getting more, or if you are going to have to drop off more photo boxes at a place that with your contacts, please let me know that, just so we're all on the same page, because it'd be nice that we all know where those are going to be. But yeah, that's pretty much really the overview with that. I really appreciate you guys all doing this. It's a huge help for me getting these all out. I know a lot of you are taking quite a few. In the next week or so, for the directors on here, Ray is going out and dropping those off at certain centers. And so let me know if you have any questions regarding that, but please be aware that I'll be reaching out to you about a timeline on those. Another issue that might come up is if you can't take all your photo boxes at once. If that is the case, I'd rather know sooner rather than later so we can make other arrangements. We do have a core team at the state office that will be dropping them, hitting communities that you guys are not unable to hit. And so if we need to make certain trips out to different centers or people, we just need to make sure that we know that so that we can fit that in as well. So if you're unable to get all your photo boxes in one foul swoop, just let me know that, and so we can make sure that we have other arrangements. Do I have a photo of the box? I do. I will actually pull up on my screen what that website looks like, and there is a good picture on there. Please keep in mind, this is not a complete website yet. Maybe. Okay, let me see if I can just find a photo quick. Okay, here we go. I'll share my screen with everyone here in a minute. Okay. So for those who don't know, this is what the photo box looks like. So you shouldn't have to set it up for these people. You should be able to just drop it off, and then they will have the video explaining how to open it up. If you want me to show you though, let me know, and I'd be more than happy to jump on a Zoom call. It's very simple. This is the easiest version we could get, and it's what we started out with in the fall too. It's all built in together, so there is not extra pieces. It's all contained in this one small. Even the plug, there's a special zipper on top that it's contained in. So you won't need to have a separate anything else but that box. So that's nice. There won't be all these other pieces that you have to carry with you. I don't have an exact size. I just saw that question come up, but I can find that out for you. But I mean, it's a decent size photo box. It's not a small version, but Lori, I can get that information to you. When we complete our deliveries, is there a formal way of letting you know or checking the towns off your list? If you just kind of want to keep on that Excel spreadsheet that I send you, just start marking that off. That would just be helpful for me. And then maybe monthly, just kind of let me know where you're at. That way, if someone else needs to step in, you don't think you're going to get it done, you're not going as quick as you can, just keeping me posted maybe once a month, I think would be ideal. That way, and by May, if there's some that we're just not going to hit in time, then you can let me know that, and I can take care of it. But yeah, if you just want to kind of keep on that spreadsheet that I send you and just mark them off that way, that'd be great. We also will be getting help from Main Street Iowa too. So I will mark that on your list. There might be some communities that you won't hit if they're a Main Street community. And so I'll make sure that it's not even on your list, but if you have a community and you think that you might be missing some, keep that in mind, because they will also be another organization that will be helping us as well. I'm going to stop.
Brianna, this is Ashley, and I know Lisa's bringing us some photo boxes tomorrow. I think about half of ours. She said she couldn't get them all at once because we have quite a few, but so we had Wednesday blocked to start delivering. I think we're going to go out. It may be too soon. I don't know, will you have been able to contact some of the places by then, or?
Yeah, are you planning on hitting not all of yours though, correct?
No, I mean, I think we have 70 some on our list, so I'm hoping we would probably start in Van Buren and Jefferson counties.
Okay.
If you want to maybe prioritize that communication for those two counties.
Yep, and that's totally feasible. So I can start reaching out to that and making sure. And if you have any contacts in mind that you're specifically going to hit, just make sure I know that so I can contact them. Or else I'm going to start, I have a hierarchy, I guess. So Main Street chambers are first, economic developers, extension, and then for those smaller communities, city clerks, city hall, and then kind of going down from there if we have to revisit some of the other places of nearby towns and things like that. So yeah, just kind of let me know and I'll focus on certain counties. That makes it more feasible too for me to make contacts. You guys are all not going to hit them all at the same time. So I can kind of go in chunks. So just letting me know what your plan is would be really helpful. I just don't expect you guys to be also calling these people and showing up, things like that. It's just too much work for you all. So yeah, does that kind of work, Ashley, for you?
Yeah, that sounds good. And I think your hierarchy sounded good too. That's probably
okay.
How we would do it as well. Neither of those there isn't a Main Street community.
Yeah.
I don't think in either of those counties. So Chamber Economic Developers would be our first. And then after that, City Hall's probably. I wanted to make sure too, you've mentioned rental a couple of times. I just wanted to make sure I was clear on how to explain that. Is there like a rental rate we're suggesting, or is that kind of up to whoever is posting, how they decide to do that?
So I'm under the expectation, this is all free for people to use. But if they want to have a checkout system, so that way they're holding people accountable to return it, that's okay. That's more what I meant. I should have specified, but I'm not expecting anyone to be charged for this at all.
Okay, that makes sense. That was my initial impression, but then I just got a little confused when we started talking rental. I thought, yeah. Oh, we're supposed to be telling them to charge something. Okay.
Yeah, nope, sorry, I used the wrong word there, but yeah, however they want to set that up to keep track of it is fine with me. As far as I'm concerned, once it touches whoever's hand, that contact, it's theirs to use and make as a resource and to advertise, things like that. We'll do it from the state level, advertise out there that this is happening, that we're doing this initiative, things like that. But I don't expect them to all have a clear-cut way of how they want to do it, whatever best for their community.
And it's theirs forever, right? We're not going to pick them back up at some point.
No, I'm not planning on going back out. But yeah, no, that's theirs to have. So, and if speaking of advertising, if you guys feel so inclined while you're out there and want to take a couple photos here and there, I'd really appreciate it, just so that I can use that to advertise this initiative on our platforms and things, or year-end reports, stuff like that would be super helpful. So if you're dropping it off with someone you know, or feel comfortable asking for a few photos, or if you want to take any of yourself out traveling, please feel free. And then to send that to me, I'd love it. I would like to have some recording of this later on. So that would be great too, to keep that in mind. But yeah, so does anyone else have any questions regarding this? I know it's a lot. It can be kind of overwhelming, but we'll get through it. And hopefully in the next, few weeks, we can start really getting these out there in the communities, and hopefully everyone, will be on board, and it'll get easier too. Once you get the first couple out of the way, I do feel like it'll be kind of pretty standard as you go on, especially by May, you'll be like pros at this. So, and if you have any questions along the way, or if you run into any issues, please let me know. if someone really doesn't want one. Hopefully I've taken care of that before you've actually gotten there, but please let me know and we will figure something out. I don't want you to have to be stuck with like 10 photo boxes because someone didn't want them. So just, yeah, please keep me posted on how things go as you get out there. And yeah, and if there's any contacts too that you really in a certain area that you think should have a photo box, please let me know, or else I'm gonna do just this hierarchy. And I wanna make sure I'm hitting the right people. So you obviously know your area. So if there are any ones that I'm missing, please let me know and I'm totally fine changing that. So yeah, any other questions, or we feeling pretty good about what the goal is? And if anything comes up, feel free to let me know too as we go on. But hopefully in the next couple days or so, you guys should all be getting emails from me with your list of communities and those contacts. And then you can start planning it out. We have currently all the photo boxes at our state office in a warehouse. So just let me know if you're in our area and you want to pick them up there or through us. We can arrange that as well. But Ray has the mobile trailer too, and we're ready to get going and start delivering those. So yeah, whenever you guys are ready, we're good to go. So.
Hey Bree, this is Ray. Just to address Lori's question, the size on those, they're either 30 by 30 or 30 by 32 expanded, but they do collapse if they haven't seen them, and they're out of the box. They're a little bigger than a good sized briefcase, so they're easy to move around, and they weigh about 10 pounds. So they're really easy to tote around, especially out of the box.
Perfect. Thanks, Ray. You would be very familiar with them at this point. So awesome. Hopefully I answered your question, Lori. Awesome. Well, if no one has any other questions, I'll let you guys get back to your important stuff. But let me know if there's anything you need from me, and I'll just continue keeping you updated as we go along. And it'll just be a lot of communication. So just let me know when you guys are ready to get started. I'll send out contacts, and then as we go along, just keeping me updated at least once a month with where you're at would be super helpful. So we'll get it done. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone. I really appreciate you being on this call and going out and delivering these. So awesome. Thank you so much.